Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Videvarodari Yasodhanandana Brajajanaranjana Yasodhanandana Brajajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Jai Gaura Pramanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Bhakti Bhavati Naistikam. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 23. Chapter entitled Maharaj Pritu's Going Back Home. Tatrapi adabhya niyamo. Tatrapi adhabhya niyamo. Vaikanasa susammate. Vaikanasa susammate. Arabdha ugra tapasi. Arabdha ugra tapasi. Yada swavijaye puram. Yada swavijaye puram. Tatrapi adabhya niyamo. Vaikanasa susammate. Arabdha ugra tapasi. Yada swavijaye puram. Tatrapi adabhya niyamo. Vikanasa susammate. Arabdha ugra tapasi. Yada swavijaye puram. Tatrapi, tatra, there, api, also, adabhya, severe, niyama, austerities, vaikhanasa, rules and regulation of retired life, to sammate, perfectly recognized, arabdha, beginning, ugra, severe, tapasi, austerity, yada, as much as, Twa Vijaye, in conquering the world. Pura, formally. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. After retiring from family life, Maharaj Prithu strictly followed the regulations of retired life and underwent severe austerity in the forest. He engaged in these activities as seriously as he had formerly engaged in leading the government and conquering everyone. As it is necessary for one to become very active in family life. Similarly, after retirement from family life, it is necessary to control the mind and senses. This is possible when one engages himself fully in the devotional service of the Lord. Actually, the whole purpose of the Vedic system, Vedic social order, is to enable one to ultimately return home back to Godhead. The Grihastha ashramam is a sort of concession combining sense gratification with the regulative life. It is to enable one to easily retire the middle of life and engage fully in austerities in order to transcend material sense gratification once and for all. Therefore, in the Vanaprastha stage of life, tapasya or austerity is strongly recommended. Maharaj Prithu followed exactly all the rules of Vanaprastha life, which is technically known as Vaikhanasa Ashrama. The word Vaikhanasa Susammate is significant because in Vanaprastha life, the regulatory principles are also to be strictly followed. In other words, Maharaj Prithu was an ideal character in every sphere of life. Mahajano Yenakata Sapantha. One should follow in the footsteps of great personalities. Thus, by following the exemplary character of Maharaj Prithu, one can become perfect in all respects while living this life, while retiring from active life. Thus, after giving up this body, one can become liberated and go back to Godhead. Om Magyanatimirandasya Jnananjano Salakaya Tato Ranmalitameno Tasmai Sri Gurue Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Supadantikam Vande Sri Gurun Suyutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sangrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sarvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sairam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakantitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Saptakanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evecha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadharo Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Tatrapi Adabhya Niyamo Vaikanasa Susammate Arabda Ugra Tapasi Yadaswa Vijaye Puram. After retiring from family life, Maharaj picked to strictly follow the regulations of retired life and underwent severe austerities in the forest. He engaged in these activities as seriously as he had formerly engaged in leading the government and conquering everyone. So here we are continuing this wonderful subject matter of Prithu Maharaj. And Prabhupada says, Mahajano Yenakata Sapanta, the purpose. Very important for us to follow the footstep, the exemplary action led by the great Mahajan. Somewhere or other, we have come to this material world very much fallen into this great situation. And coming to this material world, we are struggling very hard for survival. There is no much of requirement in human life. We have got a very small belly. We have got a very small head compared to an elephant, some other animals. So there is no much of requirement for even for the bodily comfort of life. But somewhere or other, our desire is not towards Krishna. Somewhere or other, our desire is to gratify the senses. And gratifying the senses means there is always demands are there. Adakena prayuktam cha papam charanti purusaha anichana prishneya baladeva niyojita. Arjun asked Krishna, what is that force within the living being? What is that? That forcing them unwillingly to indulge in different kinds of sinful activities. Even though we know this is not supposed to be done, but somewhere or other there is a force within us that making us to forcefully indulge. Then the Lord said, Kama esa, kruda esa, rajoguna samutva, mahapapa mahasano. He said, only the karma, the desire, which have arisen from the mode of passion. is a force within us. Dome avrito vane yado darsho maline cha yadol ben avrito garba tadatene idam avrito. And that lusty desire, Krishna said it is there in everyone. Somebody says if they have no desire, and Prabhupada says there must be something wrong with them. Because a reporter have asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, have you got lusty desire? Prabhupada said, I have got lusty desire, but I have no time for it. A devotee know how to control. And they engage totally in the service of Krishna. Avritam jnana yeteno jnanina nitya vairina kamarupena kunteya vispurena nalena cha. That is in the chapter 336, chapter 337, and chapter 338. Krishna says it is there in everyone. To somebody, the lusty desire is like the dust in the mirror. For somebody, like smoke covered, the fire covered by the smoke. And for somebody, like the embryo is covered by the mother's womb. It's only different degrees of desires. The desires are there, but it's only different level. Somebody may have 10%, somebody may have 20%, somebody may have 50%. As long as a person is living in the world, he surely to have this lusty desire in themselves. Because originally it was Krishna Prem, it's a Krishna's love. But the moment we are separated from Krishna, the Prem become calm, the love become lust. And only way to revise it back, the Prem has become lust due to the separation from Krishna. And by connecting again to Krishna, the lust become Prem again. Bhagavan Sambandha Bhaktir Abhideya Aya Prema Prayojana Vedati Namsa. The Prem, the love of Krishna, is eternally, it is there within us. By devotional service unto the Lord, then we regain back again the Prem in our life. Avritam jnana yeteno jnanino nitya vairana. That lusty desire is the only thing is covering our real knowledge. We are not able to understand of our origin, forgotten about our origin. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu beautifully says, say Krishna, Boli say Jiva. He says that eternally everyone is the Jiva, is the Krishna's part and parcel. Somewhere or other, due to forgetfulness of Krishna, then we have fallen into this illusion in the ignorant condition. Atayeva maya tare neha samsara dukkha. We have got into this material maya world and sansara. We are going into the repetition of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. As Sankaracharya beautifully, yes, mentioned. He says that Angam Galitam Palitam Mundam Tasaviganam Jata Tundam. Vredo yate gridvadandam tadapina munjati asapindam. He says day by day, the living entities are, the quality of their senses are reduced day by day. Day by day, they are losing the elements in their body. When we are very young, we are very strong and powerful. We can run. But when we are in the old age, when we become senior citizen, we are not able to run the same element. And our hearing, our seeing power, our walking power, and our air, everything reduced day by day. The air also get reduced, the teeth also get reduced, the seeing power get reduced, everything day by day. Everything he says going reduce, reduce, reduce. But he said there's one thing is not reducing in human life. Asa, pindam, their desire. Even he's losing his teeth, losing the eye power, hearing, walking capacity, losing the hair. He's losing and losing. But the desire is not losing. Even at the age of 90 years old, he's looking for a partner. If he's allowed, he can marry another one. No. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janane jayate sayanam. Iya samsare bahudostare kripaya pare pahem mulari. He said due to the desire of material enjoyment, he said punarapi jananam is coming back again into this world. Birth, death, birth, death. He says his only solution in the world, only solace, is a Murari, that Lord Krishna. Only way he can come out from these miseries of life. We are like a donkey. We don't understand, how we are suffering in the world. And anytime we can leave the body and go through another. We are scared a little bit when we get some trouble in the body. Whether you got, headache, we got a little bit of tooth pain or fever. But the greatest, the biggest trouble and difficulties is yet to come in our life. That is death. And somewhere or other, everybody has to face it at one point of time. Jatasya idruvam mritu dhruvam janma mrityasya tasmat apari ariyarite natvam sochitum arhasi. That chapter 2, text 27, Krishna says that those who have taken birth in the world are very sure to die. How you become a serious devotee? How you become a good devotee? Somebody asked Prabhupada, how I can become a good devotee? Prabhupada says, if you know, when you know that today is your last day in your life in this world, you'll become very good ready. If today is the last day, what we do? Are we going to plan to open up a new business and cheat somebody? Are we wanted to fight with anybody? Just like Prithu Maharaj here. No? He is going to the forest to prepare. Itaman sanke yogyabhyam dharmam parinistaya janmalabha parapumsam ante narayano smriti. A devotee of the Lord will understand. A life become only successful ante at the time of your departure that you can call Narayana. Ante kale chama mevam smaran mukta kalevaram prayati samadbhavam yatinatri antar samsaya. Only by thinking of Krishna, all your other business in the world, your crookedness, your manipulation, your domination, in the name of power and everything else will be, nothing will come forward to help. Only the name of the Lord, the thoughts of the Lord, finally will come to help us. Tesam satata yuktanam bhajante pratipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam enamamapayanti. The Lord says that in the 10:10, that I give them the intelligence. The devotees, he says, I'll give them the intelligence by which they can come to me. Tesam me manukam pardam aham ajnana jam tamah. Even we are situated in the mode of ignorance. But if you are in the process of Krishna consciousness, you have taken the words of the Mahajan. Krishna says, I will remove the ignorant in the light of knowledge. So here, this desire, avritam jnana eteno jnanino nityavaina kama rupena kaunteya dusprena nane. That these desires in us is the obstacles points. They're covering the real knowledge of the living being, and it burns like fire. It's not going to be stopped at any time. Unless you become a devotee. Devotee means, the other day I said that there are two kinds of devotees, Abhyandaram and Bhavyam. Abhyandaram is that inside you are devotees. Bhavyam, outside you are devotees. Internal devotee and external devotee. External devotee means you got a dress of a Vaishnava with a tilak, kantimala, japa base, But internally, you're not practicing Krishna consciousness with bhakti, jnanam and vairagya. Internal devotee means he has got these important elements of bhakti. Bhakti, devotion, love to Krishna. Whatever he does, he sees that an opportunity given somewhere or other by the mercy of the Vaishnavas, mercy of the Acharya. I've given this opportunity to purify my life. The Prabhupada says that Ritu Maharaj is going to the forest because he wanted to purify his life. Kayena manasa buddhaya kevaler indriyarapi yoginam karma purvanti. Sangam tyatvatma suddhaye. Suddhaye means pure. He said the only mission of the devotees, the sadhu, how to purify their action, their intelligence, their mind. Only. Yukta karma phalam tyaktva sangam tyaktva phalanika ayukta kama karena. Again, Krishna says in this chapter 5, they purify their existence through devotional service. Sorry, I'm still trying to get adjusted to the weather here. So in this way, our only solace in this world, somewhere or other, the mercy of the Vaishnavas, mercy of the holy name of the Lord, and then be serious into the subject matter why they come to this world. There are too many things are happening in the world. Too many things. And we all are very tired of all those things. Sometimes we are even like a sannyas. We also very tired of life. You know, for no reason we are wasting our time in this world. Only getting ready to leave everything and go. And the time is so far away. You know. So somewhere or other, the process of material world is making it more faster. You know, when they had a feast in Dasarath Palace, the palace of Dasarath, Lord Ram's father's palace. We invited all the great personalities, demigods to come. So he has also invited the Yamaraj to come. So when the feast festival is going on in the palace of Yamaraj, and the Yamaraj came, the palace of Dasarath, Yamaraj came. When Yamaraj was entering into the palace, he saw a crow was sitting on the fence of Yamaraj, palace, was sitting on the fencing. So Yamaraj looked at the crow and then he smiled at the crow. And then he came into the palace. And now the crow got a little bit frightened. If Yamaraj is looking at you, just like if a policeman looking at us, you get frightened. True or not? If the policeman car coming behind us, we get frightened. Did I did anything wrong? You know? So that crow was, began to cry. Why Yamaraj, smiling at me? There must be something he's planning. So maybe my time has come. So he was crying. And that time Garuda came. And Garuda is the king of all these birds. And Garuda saw that the crow is crying. Little brother is crying. So Garuda went and asked, why you're crying? What's your problem? And the crow says that, just now Yamaraj was entering into the palace and he looked at me and he smiled. So there must be serious messages coming from him. And Garuda says to the little brother, don't worry, I can help you. Yamaraj is here. He's in the feast. So I will take you far away from here to another forest, big mountain. But you yourself, can't afford to fly all the way. You're a very small bird. I'll carry you. So Garuda picked up this crow and then went far away from there, left it in the mountain, in the forest. Then after that, Garuda came back. He joined the feast. And when Garuda came back, and now Yamaraj looked at Garuda and then he smiled. And Garuda says, what is the problem now? Yamaraj says, I was thinking about your little brother sitting on the fencing. Today is a time for him to depart from the world. And the departure is going to be on that mountain in that forest. But I was thinking, it's a small bird. How is it going to fly there? So he made it very easy, possible for me. Everything in the material world, making it easy and possible for us to die and go. Whether you take a doctor, whether you take a lawyer, whether you take anything, your friends, neighbor, family member, we are under total pressure of life. Maximum of the people in the world, they will die without the medicine and pills in their life. Every day people are taking, that I know somebody taking 45 different types of pills in a day. Because they got all kinds of serious problems. If no medicine, they die. And think about our family, our children. Even sometimes there are family, a husband is very devoted, very good. The wife is very devoted, very good. The children also very good. But still, the parents have a great anxiety about the children. They go out from the home. They are waiting and waiting, praying that the child may come back safely. If it takes a little bit extra time, we are worried what happened to the child. So the life in the material world is not that easy journey. A very difficult journey we have taken. And then the Vaikuntha where we want to go, it is situated very, very far away from here. Even sometimes we want to go to India. We get a little bit, so far we have to go, But the Vaikuntha is about 2,560,680,000 miles away from here. Even somebody want to go to Kailash before Vaikuntha, it is about 2,351,080,000 miles. Even somebody wants to go to heavenly planet, enjoy Satya Brahmalok, it's about 2 billion miles away from here. So the journey we have taken is a very long journey. And yes, somewhere or other, due to this little bit of desire, you only got very small belly. How much you can eat? Not because you got money, you're very rich man, you got a servant can make 1,000 chapati a day and then you can eat 1,000 chapati. Isn't it? Even some kings, in some country, they got a palace, 1,000 rooms palace. It's not, overnight they're rolling from one room to another room. It's all in the mind. So Krishna says, Manmanabha Madbhakto Matyajimam Namaskuru Mamevasasi Satyam Te Pujanopati. He said, because all it's in your mind, nothing else. You enjoy subtly more than grossly. Gross enjoyment is very short. But mentally, subtly, you enjoy more. Isn't it? You enjoy eating 1,000 chapati, gulab jamun, to anything within the mind. You can unlimitedly, you can eat everything. But when it grossly been given, it's very limited. Finish. So mind is the source of all this, imagination. Mental concoction is going on. So concocting everything within our mind. So Krishna says now, your trouble is coming from your mind. Mental concoction. True or not? We are concocting that today this is what I'm going to do. We are concocting tomorrow there is what I'm going to do. And we are concocting after 10 years this is what I'm going to do. Our plan now, concoction is going on. But it may not be True. Maybe today would be our last day. There are people who just sitting and just, died. There are people while walking, they collapse and die, you know. So we are greatly influenced by the mental concoction of life. So Krishna said, Manmana bhav mad bhakto, purify your mind by thinking of me. That's why Krishna said, Manmana, within your mind and think of me. Become my devotee. Worship me. And render the homages, obeisances unto me. You will come back to me. Very easy. Instead of thinking something, which is not very sure, if you can replace that thinking on Krishna. So here, even though Prithu Maharaj is going to the forest, is going to take the austerity, is not going to be that easy, but he is doing it because it is the matter of duty in his life. Krishna says there are three things cannot be given up in life. That in the chapter 18, text 5. Yagyam danam tabam karma natyajam karyam evata. Yagyam danam tabam chaiva pavanani manishinaha. One should not give up. Yagya, the sacrifice, and the charity, tabam, the austerity. Etani apitu karmani sangyam tyagva phalani cha kartavyaniti me parda nishchitam matam. The chapter 8, text 6, Krishna says that when he performed that yagya, performed that charity and austerity, he said, you do it. You cannot renounce your prescribed duty, but you do it without attachment, without expectation, as a matter of duty. Niyatasya sannyasa karmano nupapadyate mohatasya parityagam tamasam parikirtite. Arjuna, if you renounce, if you give up these three things, the sacrifice, the charity and austerity, if anybody gives up, he said they are situated in a mode of ignorance. Dukkam miti evayat karma kaya klesa bhayatyajat sakritva rajasam tyagam naiva tyagam palam labhet. He said if they give up due to difficulty, due to their discomfort of body, he said they are situated in the mode of passion. Karyamiti evayat karma niyatam kriyate Arjuna. He said, my dear Arjuna, if anybody perform this activity because they ought to be done, it's meant to be done, it's my duty. And they keep away from unwanted association, material sangha in the world. And they are detached. He said they are situated in the mode of good. So we have to understand life is not an easy journey, that we want everything to be very easier. When it's become difficult, you simply give up because it's difficult. isn't it? Being a single man also difficult. Being a grihastha also difficult, isn't it? Everything is very difficult in the world. Somebody is thinking, I should have get married. I've been bachelor all the time. So he's thinking, regretting, I should have got married. And a married man thinking, I should have remained like that fellow bachelor. You avoid so many unwanted trouble and problem of life. Prabhupada says like a story of a laddu. A person who have eaten the laddu also not satisfied. A person not eaten also not satisfied. He says life in the material world is like, laddu. He says someone went to India first time and then he went to one shop selling laddu. And the laddu was selling off very quickly because all made with the pure ghee. So this fellow ate laddu, so tasty, first time enjoying. And they eat and eat and eat and eat and ate so as much as he can eat. And that's it, full, cannot eat anymore. Then he packed, the laddu, take back. So he came back to his country and then he finished off whatever leftover laddu. Then after that he met his friend and then he told his friend, I went to India. Oh, there was a laddu in Delhi, was best. And I took so much and so much and so much, so tasty. Up to the neck, I ate everything. Then I packed and came and ate. So nice the laddu. Next time, if I go back to Delhi, I must go back to this. Prabhupada say he ate so much, enjoyed so much, and still thinking how to go back and eat. And the fellow who heard this story said, really, it's a kind of laddu there in Delhi. True. Oh, next time I go, next time if we go, I wanted to go and eat. Prabhupada says marriage life and bachelor life is like, laddu. The fellow who have eaten also not happy. The fellow who have not eaten also not very happy. This is the life in the material world. But somewhere or other, by the mercy of the Vaishnava Acharya, on our side by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, by establishing this beautiful society and temple all around the world, we have got this great opportunity that the laddu can be offered to Krishna. And he becomes satisfied, happy, that's it, enough. You come to Krishna. He say, Brahme Sthita Parva. Krishna said, this is the way of spiritual life. By remaining in the path of Krishna consciousness, Brahma Nirvanam Gacchati. You go back to Krishna. So this is a very important message from Prithu Maharaj. Somewhere or other we have fallen into the life of birth and death. And ultimately we have to return home. We cannot be happy in this world. Prabhupada says it's like a fish out of water. The fish naturally has to live in the water. But you take out the fish from the water and then you make everything comfortable for the fish. Big house, a big car, a nice bed, the best, bed you give it to the fish. It is not going to be happy, it has to go back to the water again. Now Prithu Maharaj with all this kingdom and opulences, he understands this thing has to go back. So he's cutting off that attachment. Without cutting off that attachment, vairagyam, detachment is very, very important. The moment we are sitting in the Palgu vairagyam, false renunciation, we cannot go back. So in this way that it's a very wonderful subject matter. Read Prabhupada book more and more. Focus that we have come here for certain mission in our life. Go back to Krishna. And the temple and the society and the devotees been rewarded, been given to us so that I can take the help from all these elements and divert my activities for the satisfaction of Krishna and go back to him. So this is a very important message. Take it to your heart and devote your life in Krishna consciousness. And surely by the blessing of the Acharyas, the Prabhupada said, Mahajano Yena Kata Sapanta, by following the footstep of the Mahajan, the great souls, the life is blessed. Okay, thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Nitai Gaura Pramanande.